What's up, guys? So, whew. Right, let's get into it. So, why mind management skills are essential if you want to create long-term health and fitness success, right? Now, the biggest mistake that many people tend to make, right? And this, look, there is evidence here, there's stats now, that you're not alone, right? There's like a 95 to 98% failure rate in the fitness and weight loss and health industry at the moment, despite it being $1 billion industry, right? There's so much information out there, but people are not doing much with it, right? Especially when it comes to changing lifestyle and sticking at this game for the long term, right? Now, I've been in this game for a while and I've seen different trends appear and things happening, and from personal experience as well, to be honest, right? Now, the trend seems to go like people think, you know, they need a different plan, or they need a plan to follow, or they need someone to kick them up the arse. You know, they think it's blaming themselves, right, for their lack of consistency and being unable to stick to a plan. Now, what I'll have you consider here is, it's not the plan, right? It never was a plan in the first place. Because when it comes down to nailing this game long term, nailing this, anything like long term success at anything, right? It doesn't have to be just health and fitness. It comes down to mind management, right? Effective mind management. Now, of course, after exercise you feel good, like you have a bit more confidence, you feel a bit energized, but that's not going to last long, right? That's not an effective solution. Yes, it's essential to exercise every day and move your body. However, what's going to dictate your levels of happiness, what's going to dictate your long-term consistency and focus and determination and drive and motivation, whatever you want to call it, is what's going on up here. Now, what I'll have you consider is you can effectively practice techniques that allow you to develop that resilient and focused mindset that you want. So, a couple of examples here. Like, body and mind have to, like, your body can only go as far as your mind will take it, right? So, for example, if you're not willing, if your mind's not willing to take you outside and do some exercise today, your body's not going to take you and do an exercise. It has to start from here, right? So here's a couple of techniques, a couple of tools, if you like, skills that you can work on. And this is stuff that we do inside my programs as well. Is like number one is having a vision, right? A vision of who you're striving to be, like a future vision of what you want your life to look like, right? In your day-to-day life. Like, how do you want to feel, and how do you want to show up in life? How do you want to wake up, and how do you want to look? How do you want your body to look? How do you want your thoughts to think, right? What kind of thoughts do you want to think on a daily basis? What do you want to think to yourself when you see yourself in the mirror? Visualize these things, and that's a big step already, right? You start to create that pathway in your brain that it knows that there's somewhere that you're striving to go, right? Without that, there's a famous saying is, without a port to sail at or something, there's no wind is favourable. So we have to have a destination, like a place that we're going, right? And even if we're not there now, physically, like, we have to have it in our mind, right? We need to be able to see that in our mind. And the clearer that vision, the better it's going to be. And the second step, once you have that vision, is get it down on paper. Like, write it all down. And look at this every single day. Like, every morning when you wake up, have that vision plastered in front of you. This is who I'm striving to be. This is who I am. And that is powerful, right? It's very, very powerful, having that vision, right? There's loads of evidence of the power of visualization and rehearsing mentally a future that you want, right? Like, I'm Italian, right? So obviously, like, my favourite Italian player is, one of my favourite Italian players is Andrea Pirlo. And he was like a world-class free kick taker. But he wasn't born with that, right? This is something, this developed, in his autobiography, he's got a book where he's sitting on the toilet and he's like mentally going over how to kick the ball, where he wants the ball to go, and what toes he's going to use and how he's going to feel and what position his body's going to be in. He was rehearsing that, and he would rehearse that. He would start rehearsing that in his head. Then he'd go out in the field of practice and practice that, and he became an expert. 9 times out of 10 he would score. Top corner every single time. So look, I hope that helps. Power of visualization. Something to consider. Have a fantastic day.